Good afternoon, I'm Bill Peterson, and this is my partner Luke DeCock. We're here at a beautiful Evanston Memorial Stadium on a wonderful Saturday Parents Saturday afternoon. We have the 6-2 Evanston Wildcats set to host the 13th ranked 7-1 New Trier Trevians. The Trevians have not lost since their opening game of the season to a very tough Conan team. And Luke, I think we saw that Evanston suffered a devastating loss last weekend to Highland Park. Highland Park beating Evanston 35-15. What effect do you think that will have on Evanston's play today?
Well, Highland Park was not expected to beat Evanston, and I think that really gave Evanston a little thing to be worried about, knowing that for a while I think they thought that after the Deerfield game when they beat Waukegan and Glenbrook North, and they thought, you know, we can't be beat, we're a great team, we're going to the state championship. And I think this Highland Park loss is going to wake them up. I think they're going to come out here, they're going to be motivated for the New Trier game, New Trier being New Trier. One of the Tribune's writers called it one of the top rivalries in the state. And I think that's really going to help Evanston. I think they're going to come out there fired up. I think they're going to play well today.
It's been said that New Trier has a great all-around team, and I definitely wouldn't say that they're an overrated team. What do you think?
Well, lots of people are saying that they're overrated, that they shouldn't be ranked 13th, and that it's just by record. But they do have a good all-around team. They're led by their quarterback, Peter McDowell, and he's a great player. They like to run the option offense, and they really have a good all-around team. They can do anything. And their defense is strong, too. And they use an interesting defense, but they have a rover that follows the ball around. And that can be exploited with reverses and fakes, and that's what we saw at Deerfield at Evanston.
Great. Let's take it down to the field for the pregame activities.
opening festivities are completed, Evanston's set to take on this tough New Trier team. This will be a good test of how good Evanston's defense is.
Evanston looks pretty psyched up, Luke. I mean, definitely after coming back after last week's loss, they got to have some tenacity today.
Boy, they are psyched up, Bill. I'd certainly agree with that statement.
Look at that fastball, man. That was pretty funny. It'll be interesting to see who gets the opening kickoff this week. It's going to be Trevor Wilmot.
Looks like Evanston's going to receive, Bill.
You're correct, Luke.
Ladies and gentlemen, any car parked on Church Street will be ticketed. Any car parked on Church Street will be ticketed.
Back to receive the kick for Evanston, we have Greg Weidman, Lenny English, and Courtney Newman. To kick for Evanston, we have Peter McDowell.
New Trier, you mean, Bill?
Oh, sorry. New Trier. Wind blows the ball over. Might need a holder.
Peter McDowell's their quarterback, and he's obviously a multi-purpose player.
McDowell gets a signal. His kick is high and pretty deep. It's going to be taken at the 10-yard line by English.
Taken by Leonard English, number 7 of Evanston.
He gets driven back to about the 15-yard line, but his momentum stopped about the 18. The ball probably spotted about the 18-yard line.
David Weninger on the tackle. Well, Evanston's got to work from not great field position here, Bill.
Starting quarterback for Evanston is Bill Reeder. Evanston will be starting at about the 23-yard line. Not bad field position, Luke.
No, not at all.
In the backfield, it's Chris Harden,
Quarterback for Evanston.
Dante Wharton, Chris Levatino in motion. Hand off to Wharton. Pitch to Wharton, rolling right, getting some room, but getting driven out at about the 35-yard line.
It's tackled by Robert Early.
Early, number 25, Robert Early of New Trier, bringing it down. First down, Evanston.
Luke, I think you quoted earlier today as Dante Wharton saying that he'd achieve a 300-yard gain today.
Well, he's certainly
very
up for a big
optimistic.
game.
Wideouts, we have Greg Weidman and Howard Jones. Backfield once again is Chris Harden, Dante Wharton. Line is set. Reeder takes a snap, hands off the middle to Dante Wharton, who gets a little room. He's driven down about the 52-yard line.
Stop by Dick, number 84, helped by number 55, Ramella.
Well, Evanston certainly worked their way out of that bad field position.
Yeah, they're getting some nice penetration, some good blocking is enabling them to gain some good yardage.
First and 10, Evanston. Ball is now
Chris
on the
Levatino and Greg Weidman.
48-yard line.
Reeder takes a snap, handoff up the middle, Dante Wharton. He gets stopped pretty hard at about the 55-yard line.
Wharton carried, stopped by number 27, Neidhart.
44-yard line, excuse me.
Number 36, Fish. The ball is on to Trier's 45-yard line. We're at second and 7.
Howard Jones and Greg Weidman, the wideouts. I formation. Pitch to Dante Wharton. He gets taken down about the 43-yard line. Not much of a gain on that play, eh, Luke?
Well, any yardage is yardage.
Donnelly, number 45,
It's going to be about
and Fowler, number 75.
3rd and 7 here. 3rd and 5, excuse me. 10 minutes to play in this first quarter.
Down and 5. Trier's 43-yard line.
Bill Reeder came in the second half of the Highland Park game, and he tried to engineer a comeback. He threw a couple great passes to wide receivers, but just couldn't get together. Evanston was into the wind in that game in the third quarter, and that really hurt him because they tried to throw long, and they just couldn't get the ball to the wide receivers.
Bill Reeder rolling right, taking it. He's going to go with it. Gets some yardage. Gets down to about the 30-yard line.
Reeder keeping the ball.
He got a great block from Dante Wharton just off the line. He was rolling around the end when Wharton came across the line and hit the New Trier linebacker, outside linebackers coming in to cover the outside. And Reeder just had the secondary to stop him then.
Really looked like Reeder wanted to pass on that play, but most of his receivers were covered.
Ball is on New Trier's 29-yard line.
Howard Jones and Greg Weidman's the wideouts. Chris Harden and Dante Wharton in I formation. Reeder takes a snap, handoff up the middle. Dante Wharton, he gets some room. He gets down to about the 15-yard line.
He's brought down by Matt Dix on that play.
Outside Dick and Neidhart. Picked up the first down. First and 10, Evanston.
Evanston's line is doing what they did in the first half of the Waukegan game, which is opening up the holes. New Trier's defensive line likes to stunt, and apparently they're exploiting that by opening up holes on trap plays.
Same formation. Line is set. Reeder fumbles the ball. Looked like a bad handoff to Dante Wharton.
Well, one of the main mistakes Evanston made in the Highland Park game was a Bill Reeder pitch that hit right off Dante Wharton's hands. Just seems to be an example of bad communication.
Yeah, definitely some bad communication on that last play. Dante didn't even know that it was handoff was going to him.
15-yard line.
Second and 10 now with 8 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Ball spotted on the 15.
Still no score.
Evanston with 4 receivers. Lone backfield, Dante Wharton. Albert Barnum is in motion. Reeder back to pass. Looking for Weidman and touchdown Evanston.
The 4 receiver set isn't something Evanston uses a lot. Looks like New Trier wasn't expecting it at all. And they just did that well. Well executed play. Chris Levatino was open too, so Reeder had his choice of receivers, and he threw a great pass to Greg Weidman.
Obviously Evanston was taking some chances with the pass. They obviously wanted to score on New Trier early.
Chris Doyle in the kick for Evanston. Bill Reeder will hold for him.
Doyle kicking.
Kick is good.
And it's good.
It's a 7-0 ball game.
New Trier nothing.
Evanston getting on the boards first early on in the first quarter of this game.
Evanston's extremely excited. They really want to beat New Trier and win the conference championship for the 4th year in a row.
That was an excellent drive by Evanston.
The line just played excellent. One of the many things that the average football fan sort of doesn't acknowledge is the importance of the offensive line in football. They're sort of the unsung heroes, and they just opened up the holes for Evanston on that play.
They really executed their plays well. Trevor Wilmot to do the honors of Evanston's first kickoff.
Harlan Robbins and David Weninger back to receive for the Trevians.
Ball is deep. It's taken at the 22-yard line.
Alan Fish, the ball carrier.
Alan Fish gets down to about the 42-yard line. Nice field position for the Trevians.
Well, Trevor Wilmot's kick was high, but Fish took it about the 22-yard line. He was one of their short receivers.
26.
That's something unusual for Trevor Wilmot. He was a strong kicker. He got hurt in the game against Evanston's game against Belvedere, but he was back in the game against Highland Park. He had a great onside kick where he put it right into Rajoy's hands, who knocked it forward.
Peter McDowell ducks under center. He's looking for pass on the first play. He gets sacked. He's taken down in Evanston's first defensive stunt of the game.
Great penetration by Dennis Jean-Pierre and Alex Gray. They share the sack on that.
New Trier obviously coming out pretty confident, wanting to pass on the first play. Ball will be spotted about the 35-yard line. 2nd and 16.
2nd and 16.
Peter McDowell ducks under center. Back to pass again.
He hits Harlan Robbins.
After Robbins, number 31, complete.
And that'll bring New Trier up to about the 43-yard line, 44-yard line of Evanston.
3rd and 7.
Still be 3rd and 7 though.
3rd and 7 for New Trier from their own 44-yard line.
Pitch to Jason Alcorn, who's rolling right. Bounces off some defenders.
That's the option that New Trier loves to run.
Nice job of running by Alcorn.
Number 33 carries
Down to about the 18-yard line. New Trier set up 2 wide receivers wide that drew the cornerbacks out, and on that option, the only person to stop him was the linebacker, and they had blockers on them. So he got into the secondary, which were still spread wide. Evanston hasn't played against many teams that use the wide receivers spread all the way out to the sidelines like New Trier does. Not many teams have a quarterback with that powerful an arm to have him go long and wide.
Now Alcorn's a very strong running back. McDowell looking to pass. He hits Harlan Robbins at about the 10-yard line. It's driven out of bounds.
Well, New Trier is doing the same thing Evanston did. They're just hitting the holes and they're doing the right things.
First down, New Trier.
And they're moving right down the field.
First down for New Trier. Ball's on the 12-yard line.
First and 10 for New Trier. From Evanston's 12.
McDowell hands off the middle up to Alcorn. Gets gang tackled about the 10.
They just tried to run a dive there. The backs just pushed, the lineman just pushed forward.
The ball carrier was Alcorn, number 33.
Second and 7 for New Trier.
7 from the 9.
David Wininger in motion.
McDowell pitches out.
Dennis Jean-Pierre in the sack. David Wininger went in motion, and right when McDowell snapped it, he just flipped it right to Wininger. And Alex Gray and Dennis Jean-Pierre were right there to get him. It was good penetration by the linebackers. It looked like both linebackers were shadowing the back in motion. They were right there after the pitch.
That'll bring up 3rd and 12 for the Trevians. Ball's on about the 14-yard line.
3rd and 12 from the 14.
McDowell ducks under center. Looking to pass. He's got some running room, but there's a flag down.
Trevor Wilmot.
Joy makes a nice hit at about the 12-yard line.
Joy and Trevor Wilmot taking him down. Wilmot got to him first, and Joy finished him off. Looks like it's going to be a penalty against New Trier, possibly holding. Reggie Florima, Leonard English, and Rod Joy conferring with the referee.
On the offense, still 3rd down.
Well, that'll move them back 10, 15 yards. It's a tough penalty to take. It's just stupid blocking, that's all. So it'll be 3rd and 30 for New Trier.
Probably going to see a passing play here. Nick McGuire's out wide. McDowell back to pass.
Alex Gray misses a sack.
And gets about a gain of a yard.
Brought down by Gene Pierre, number 56.
So it'll be 4th and 29 for New Trier.
4th down.
Nice coverage by Evanston on that play.
And New Trier will take a timeout. I guess they want to try to get a play together here. Looks like they're going to go for it. Kind of close in the punt there, and the field goes out of range for these high school kickers, most of them anyway. So they're probably going to have to go for it.
It's possible we could see a fake on the punt.
Ready to start playing now. Some confusion over where they're supposed to line up.
4th down, 27.
Peter McDowell ducks under center. Alcorn in the backfield. McDowell looking to pass. Oh, intercepted by Lenny English at the 5-yard line. He gets driven out at about the 35-yard line. Great interception by Lenny
Evanston was looking past all the way, and English has just dropped back, waiting for McDowell to throw to. There are 2 receivers near him. He's just dropped back, waiting for them to throw to him, and he just nailed that pass. Picked it right out of midair. Great interception by Laird English. He had a good read on the quarterback in that play. Bill Reeder in the quarterback for Evanston.
Backfield, Antoine Bryant, Dante Wharton, I formation. Howard Jones in motion. Greg Weidman, the other receiver. Pitch to Dante Wharton, he fumbles the ball. It's recovered by New Trier.
Looks like it was recovered by Donald Fowler.
2 consecutive turnovers.
Well, New Trier, from last time they were at this position, it was 4th and 26. Now it's 1st and 10 from this yard line. And just sloppy execution by Evanston. Now that's the 3rd fumble between Dante Wharton and Bill Reeder in 3 games.
29-yard line.
You got to wonder if Coach Reel isn't mad about that.
Dowell ducks under center, hands off the middle up to Alcorn. He gets taken, he's hit hard at about the 22-yard line.
Number 33, the ball carrier.
Gain of about 4.
Brought down by Joy, number 11.
Dowell ducks under center. Hands off up the middle. Harlan Robbins is taken down about the 15-yard line.
Well, 3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Evanston.
All right, Hill, number 72, brought it down.
Be 1st and 10 for the Trevians. Ball's on the 16-yard line.
1st and 10 for New Trier from Evanston 16.
David Winninger to the wideout. Alcorn in motion. McDowell takes it himself and gets about 2 yards.
Looks like he was looking for an option there, but there's no one with him, so he had no choice but to keep it.
Alex Gray, 59. And Keith Hayward.
Well, one thing we've seen about Evanston's defense is, again, stemming back to the Deerfield game, is that they're sometimes easily exploited by fakes, and it looks like they've made corrections to avoid that.
2nd and 6, balls on the 12-yard line. McDowell handed off the middle to Alcorn, but Alcorn did not get much.
New Trier is not getting any protection off from their offensive line. Those options, Evanston's players are closer to the quarterback than New Trier's running backs.
Jean-Pierre.
Under 2.5 minutes to play in the first quarter.
3rd and 7.
Ball's on the 14-yard line. 13. Harlan Robbins and Jason Alcorn in the backfield. McDowell hands off to Robbins. He gets driven down at about the 6-yard line.
Alex Gregg, M59, in on the tackle.
Minute and a half to play. New Trier looks like they're going to go for it. The Evanston bench trying to incite the crowd for a little defensive support here.
4th and 1, ball's on the 7-yard line. 3-man backfield.
Looks like a first down for New Trier, Bill.
Harlan Robbins took it right up the middle. Got those yards.
It's the first instance of really good protection we've seen from New Trier's line. If they had run that play in the open field where Evanston's linebackers and secondary had been farther back, it would have probably been a 10 or 15-yard gain. Goal line stand for Evanston now.
3 men in the backfield again. Touchdown, New Trier. Alcorn, the ball carrier.
Well, that hurts. Evanston had a lot of momentum going for him, and that's going to take a little out of him. And it also might motivate him, though. You know, seeing yourself get scored on by New Trier could wake them up.
McDowell, number 41. And the point.
Extra point is good. It's a 7-7 ball game.
The game is tied. Evanston 7, New Trier 7.
53 seconds left in the first quarter.
(7-7) Evanston, New Trier. Under a minute to go now. McDowell will kick for New Trier. Well, I think the crowd's more into it today than we've seen. Lately, the crowd's been kind of lethargic.
Evanston was just dominating this game up until their fumble. Once again, we have Leonard English, Greg Weidman, and Courtney Newman back to receive the kick. Peter McDowell set to kick off, gets a signal. Kick is deep. Will be taken in about the 3-yard line. Is dropped by Leonard English.
Boy, that hurts. It was a good kick to begin with, and the fact that New Trier's coverage is good on that play, it's really going to hurt. Evanston's got 90 yards to go in 45 seconds, which is the time left in the first quarter. And they've got the second quarter, too, but you'd kind of like to score before the break.
Leonard lost a lot of time by dropping the ball on that play.
Those kicks by McDowell are high and long, and they've got a lot of velocity going for them. They're hard to catch. They're spinning in a way that's really hard to get your hands on. It's not like a spiral punt.
1st and 10 for Evanston. Ball is on the 14-yard line.
First and 10 for Evanston.
Reader ducks under center, I formation. Antoine Bryant, Dante Wharton. Dante Wharton gets it up the middle. Gets a couple yards. It's brought down about the 20.
Ehart and Smith bringing it down.
Second and 3. The ball is spotted on the 21-yard line.
That's the end of the first quarter. And we'll be back in a moment after this station break. Beginning of second quarter action, Evanston's got their ball. Second and 3 on the 21-yard line. 7-7.
I formation, Dante Warden and Antoine Bryant. Receivers are Howard Jones and Greg Weidman. Ball's handed off the middle. Dante Warden gets some room, keeps his legs moving, and he's brought out at about the 43-yard line.
Just once again, great blocking from the Evanston line. They're really playing well. This is the best I've seen them play all season yet.
First and 10 for Evanston.
Gain of 22 for Warden.
43.
I formation, Antoine Bryant and Dante Warden. Dante Warden goes up the middle right to about the 48-yard line.
Gain of 5. Evanston's getting that good blocking. And Wharton's hitting the holes well.
Offensive line is doing a great job.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a run to the second back soon with a reverse with a fake to Wharton going to the right side, the strong side, maybe a pitch the other back coming back the other way. I think that would really fool Nutrier in this situation.
I formation again. Greg Weidman and Howard Jones are receivers. Dante Warden and Antoine Bryant in the backfield. Bill Reeder is back to pass. Oh, almost intercepted.
It was intended for Greg Weidman across the middle, a little play action. But it was the pass was not, it was thrown too hard to get a loft on it. So that it was knocked down by a Nutrier player. Chris Livatino brings the play in.
Chris Livatino, Howard Jones, and Greg Weidman. Reeder back to pass. He's got Weidman. Makes the reception at about the 30-yard line.
Another well-executed play by the Wildcats. Bill Reeder got plenty of time from the offensive line. Dante Wharton, who was the blocking back, didn't even have anyone on him. And Reeder threw a great pass to Weidman, who ran a great pattern. It was just a good example of a well-executed play. Well, Evanston, once again, is one of the most unusual teams in that it has no players who play both ways, where most of the other teams, right now, Nutrier's got 3 players in the field who play offense and defense, one of them being Jason Alcorn, their star running back.
Bill Reeder hands off the middle to Dante Wharton. His legs drive him to about the 17-yard line.
This is the best we've seen Dante Wharton look this year. He's always been a great runner, but he's never been able to do it consistently. We saw that on the sweeps he ran. He just didn't feel like turning upfield, obviously, you know. But today he's really just shown a lot of power. It looks like he's extremely hyped for today's game. Really wants it.
Second and 2.
Backfield, we have Antoine Bryant and Dante Wharton. Receivers are Chris Livatino and Greg Weidman. Hand off the middle to Antoine Bryant. He gets stacked up at about the 15-yard line.
Still a gain of 4, and I think Evanston is going to start to do that a little more often once Nutrier starts to key on Dante Wharton more. They'll start running it to Harden and Bryant, the 2 halfbacks, instead of running it to the fullback Wharton. Still, if Wharton's doing the job, I mean, there's no reason to stop running to him.
First down, Evanston. First and 10 from Nutrier 16.
Howard Jones and Greg Weidman, the wideouts. Antoine Bryant and Dante Wharton, I formation. Fumble by Evanston. Recovered by Nutrier at the 12-yard line. Evanston cannot hold on to the ball.
Well, we talked about them running it to Bryant or Hardemore, and when Bryant got the ball, he ran right into the back of his blocker. It looked like there was some confusion over what hole he was supposed to run into, or the Nutrier guy just pushed his man back in the hole.
That's always discouraging to work that hard to get down to that end of the field and then fumble the ball.
Well, the last time this happened, Evanston got the ball from New Trier, and then Evanston gave it right back. So New Trier may do the same thing here.
Dial ducks under center. Keeps it himself, pitches it out to
Well,
Robbins.
that option play is a play Evanston used very successfully. I hadn't seen him run it before, but against Highland Park, Chris Doyle and Dante Wharton ran that option pretty well until Highland Park caught it. But the first couple plays they ran it, Doyle either kept the ball and ran when they tried to knock Wharton off him, or right before he got tackled, he flipped to Wharton. They scored their first touchdown on that play, too. It was the first score of the ballgame on their very first possession. It's a very hard offense to defend against.
Alcorn in motion. Pitches out to Robbins. Gets a nice run. Really uses his legs and gets down about the 33-yard line.
Once again, good blocking from the offensive line. Just made that play.
Along with Hill, number 72. First down, New Trier.
Robert Early, the wideout. Down hands up the middle to Alcorn. Doesn't get much.
That's one of the weaknesses of an option offense. Sometimes you run plays that just don't go anywhere. It's really sort of the equivalent of a big play running offense. You usually see most big play offenses with the passing because you can get more yards quickly from that. The option offense is sort of a running version of that.
2nd and 8 for New Trier. The ball's on the 36-yard line.
2nd and 7.
Nick McGuire, the wideout. Hands off up the middle to Robbins. Robbins with some nice running on his past 2 carries. Gets down to about the 46-yard line.
Well, New Trier's got a fleet of short and stout running backs, and they're hard people to tackle. Alcorn's 5'10", 189, and Robbins is 5'11", 186. So they're big and they're short, which makes them extremely hard to tackle.
1st and 10 for New Trier from their 46.
Jim Chad, the wideout. McDowell keeps it himself. It's down to about the 49-yard line.
Once again, Evanston had good penetration on that play.
Tackled by Gray, 59.
Second and 7 for New Trier. Ball is placed on the 49-yard line.
2nd and 7 from their 48.
7:18 left to go in the half. Alcorn and Robbins in the backfield. Alcorn in motion. Pitch out to Robbins. Gets down to about the 48-yard line. Just taken down.
New Trier ran a good play there because Evanston couldn't afford to move one of their linebackers to the outside. New Trier had 3 players on the right side of the field. Evanston only had 2, a cornerback and a linebacker, and they couldn't move one of their inside linebackers out to cover that play.
3rd and 4 from Evanston, 48.
Nick McGuire.
Once again, New Trier's got a man far wide.
McGuire keeps himself. And McDowell kept it himself and gets down to about the 45-yard line.
It's a good play by McDowell. He didn't see his receivers open, so he just ran around that open end.
That brings up 4th and 2.
And Trier will go for it.
Ball's on the 46. Oh, they're punting. Back to receive the punter, Greg Weidman. Lenny English. Ball will probably be taken by Weidman. We'll let it get down.
Will all the parents of the senior football players please meet at the south end of the stand?
5 minutes, 41 seconds to play on Parents' Day here at Evanston Township High School. As Bill Reeder leads the offense onto the field. Well, one of the things I'm impressed with today about this Evanston team has been the poise of Bill Reeder at quarterback. He's really shown a lot of leadership in there, and he's playing real well.
Let's just hope the offensive line can keep it up. They're doing a good job of blocking for him.
First and 10 from the Evanston.
Howard Jones and Greg Weidman, the wideouts. Courtney Newman and Dante Wharton in the backfield. Hand off to Newman. Goes up the right side middle and gets down to about the 26-yard line.
That's what we talked about before. Wharton was the front back in the I formation. Newman was in back. Wharton ran to the left side, and Reeder pitched to Newman running right.
Second and 6 for the Wildcats.
Second and 6.
Ball is on the 26-yard line. I formation, we have Antoine Bryant and Dante Wharton. Receivers are Chris Levatino and Greg Weidman. The multicolored shoes. Hands off at the middle of the Wharton. He gets down to about the 30-yard line.
Wharton got good blocking, but it just collapsed behind him, and it just brought it down with him. But for the purpose that the play was intended, he had a good hole to run through. The offensive line
That'll
still
bring
doing
up
a
a
good job.
3rd and 1 for Evanston. Ball's on the 31-yard line.
3rd and 1 from the 31.
Howard Jones and Greg Weidman, the wideouts. In the backfield, we have Dante Wharton and Antoine Bryant. Reeder takes a snap, hands off the middle to Bryant. He gets driven down about the 35.
Matt Dix had the tackle on that play for New Trier.
Bryant, number 23, the ball carrier, picked up the first down. First and 10 for Evanston. Ball is on Evanston's 35-yard line.
First and 10 for Evanston. Ball's on the 35. 3:57 left to play in the half. Greg Weidman and Chris Levatino, the wideouts. Reeder rolling left, gets down to about the 40. Gain of about 5.
That was a good play. The defense was keying on Wharton and Bryant, that fake handoff to Bryant.
About the 41.
Reeder had lots of space to run into.
Ball's on the 40-yard line of Evanston. Greg Weidman and Howard Jones, the wideouts. In the I formation, we have Dante Wharton and Antoine Bryant. Hand off to Dante Wharton. Gets a gain of about a couple, down to the 42.
Not much gain on that play, Bill. Just nowhere to run to, really. And Trier did a good job of covering up the right side of the field that they're trying to run into. 3 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the first half.
Wideouts, Greg Weidman, Chris Levatino, Antoine Bryant and Dante Wharton in the backfield. Reeder hands off the middle to Bryant, gets down to about the 45-yard line.
Doesn't look like they're going to give him a good spot for that first down.
They got it. First down and 10.
From where the line judge was standing, it didn't look to me like they were going to give him a good enough spot to get that first down, but they certainly did.
From their own 45 for the kid.
3 minutes to play in the half on a windy day here at Evanston.
Well, it's a great turnout.
Certainly is, and it's really good football weather. It's about 60 degrees, sunny.
The wind's blowing east-west. Either team has a real advantage.
Right across the field.
Antoine Bryant gets driven back to about the 40-yard line.
New Trier ran a stunt there on their defensive line, and the offensive line never even saw it. They ran right into the hole.
Off on the play.
bring up 2nd and 15 situation for Evanston. Ball's on the 40.
2.5 minutes to play in the half.
Howard Jones and Greg Weidman, the wideouts. Chris Levatino in tight. Has this Albert Barnum. Lone setback is Dante Warden. Looks like Reeder wanted to pitch that one to Dante Warden.
New Trier ran a 3-4 defense that time. They had 3 linemen and 4 linebackers, and the right outside linebacker ran right to the hole where Reeder was, well, not really the hole, right around the end where Bill Reeder was trying to run to. Just clogged up the play. And you're right, I think he was looking for Warden on the option, but it was just too much traffic back there to afford a fumble. Evanston calls timeout, trying to avoid a delay game. Apparently some confusion between Reeder and Coach Reel.
1:36 left to play in this half.
7-7, New Trier, Evanston. Coach Reel lecturing the offense on the series of plays they're going to run for the rest of the half.
I think Evanston definitely wants to score another touchdown going into the half, so they'll have the confidence of being ahead.
Well, in games like New Trier, you know, the games where you really, not only do you really want to win them, you sort of have to win them. For the conference championship, it's really a crucial game for Evanston, and they really like to be ahead at the half. Exactly right. Well, the offense strides back onto the field. 3rd and 19 for Evanston. I think we might look for a screen pass from Evanston here, Bill.
Wideouts are Greg Weidman and Howard Jones. In tighter, Chris Levatino. Albert Barnum in motion. Dante Warden in the backfield. Handoff up the middle to Warden.
No gain on that draw play. 1:26 to play in the half. And New Trier will call a timeout.
This next play is going to be pretty crucial for Evanston.
This will bring up 4th and 19.
All of the parents of the senior football players should be at the end of the stadium now.
Don't forget, it's Parents' Day here at Evanston Township High School. All the senior parents will be on the field being introduced along with their sons on the football team. Always a big favorite among Evanston fans. Well, turnovers have hurt Evanston this first half, Bill. A couple bad pitches, fumbled handoffs, and maybe it'd be 14-0, 7-0 instead of 7-7.
In the first quarter, however, Evanston was showing a lot of momentum. The drives were really powerful.
Let's hope Evanston doesn't slow down because of halftime. 1:24 to play now, 4th and 17. Bill Reeder in the punt for Evanston.
Back to receive is Robert Early.
Looks like there's going to be some sort of dead ball penalty here.
Dead ball call, illegal procedure on the offense.
Legal procedure on Evanston. That'll make it 4th and 22. It's too bad because Bill Reeder got off a good punt. He's taken by Early at about the 30-yard line.
Reeder with a high punt.
Early calls fair catch. The 46-yard line with 1 minute and a quarter. to play in the first half. 1st and 10 for New Trier. First and 10 for New Trier on the 46-yard line.
McDowell looking to pass.
Intended for Harlan Robbins.
Tavis Davis with some nice coverage. If he'd been able to cut back, he might have been able to get an interception.
Could have been Nick McGuire too. Or Bennett was on him. It was sort of thrown in between the two receivers. Both were covered well though. I'm not sure that was a good pass for McDowell to attempt. .109 left to play in the half. McDowell ducks under center. Out corner Robbins. Robbins in motion. McDowell looking to pass. It's tipped up. That pass after being tipped is caught by Christopher Pauley. Probably the only reception of his career at tackle. Looked like a basketball rebound there, Bill.
Sure did, Luke. McDowell looking to pass. Looks like he tried to throw it away. It might have been intended for Weiniger, but it's pretty far off.
42 seconds to play. It'll be 4th and 10 for New Trier.
You might see a fake punt from New Trier here.
Evanston wasn't expecting that punt. High snap.
High snap. Oh!
Fumbled by McDowell.
Recovered by Evanston at about the 34-yard line.
McDowell tried to kick the ball when it was down on the ground. At the same moment he was hit by an Evanston player. It looks like the ref might call running into the kicker. If that's the call, it would be an awful call because the punt, McDowell's attempt to kick it was way off. Well, Evanston's ball after a high snap left McDowell high and dry, as it were. 1st and 10 for Evanston.
Reeder takes a snap, looking to pass. Intercepted.
Reeder just waited too long to throw it to Howard Jones. Howard Jones is in between zones. There's a deep man in front of him, a short man behind him, and Reeder waited too long, and the deep man was on him. Reeder's pass was also a little bit underthrown.
Defensive end Richard Pinella with the interception. 21 seconds left to play.
Evanston's coach Polinsky goes out to talk to the defense.
Evanston with another unfortunate turnover.
Scores from earlier today. Freshman A team, Evanston 42, New Trier 0. B game, freshman Evanston 20, New Trier 0.
Evanston shut out New Trier on all levels today, Bill.
Sophomore game, Evanston 27, New Trier 6.
So 3 wins this morning for the lower level Evanston teams. It's certainly impressive. Hope it filters up to the varsity level. Boy, New Trier's got an impressive representation over in the visitor stand today. This is the most visitors I've ever seen for an Evanston game.
However, the stands are still not filled for this game.
Sometimes you forget how big Evanston stands are, though. Really, for a high school stadium, it's pretty impressive.
McDowell looking to pass.
Highly overthrown. Good pressure there. It's one of the things we've seen. Evanston's linebackers have been in back on McDowell a lot.
.16 seconds left to play in the half. 2nd and 10 for New Trier. Ball is on the 25-yard line. Handoff up the middle to Alcorn. He gets down to about the 33.
10 seconds to play.
Timeout, Evanston.
And Evanston will take a timeout. 3rd and 1 for New Trier.
Nine seconds left to play in the half.
Evanston's defense set to play now. 9 seconds on the clock, 7-7 the score. Dowell keeps it. Looks like a misplayed option there. 1 second to play in the half, and the clock stops. And the clock will run down. And that's it for the first half of play, 7-7 Evanston. Hello and welcome back to ETHS Varsity Football versus New Trier and Evanston Township High School Television. I'd like to welcome the viewers of the Post Newsweek cable system watching this game with us this week. Trevor Wilmot in the kick for the Wildcats. 7-7 the score right now. 12 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. I'm Luke DeCock here with Bill Peterson.
Trevor Wilmot is placing the ball. The wind is still blowing out east. Still about 60 degrees.
Wilmot, number 34, will kick off for Evanston to start the second half.
Robbins and Winiger back to receive the kick. Wind was blown off the tee. Trevor Wilmot with a pretty short kick. It's taking him about the 20-yard line.
85, getting the kickoff.
Yusung Park is taken down.
Well, we saw in the first half that Evanston and both Evanston and New Trier's offensive lines are really controlling the game. They're able to run inside and they had a good time to pass. So far, it's been the turnovers that have killed Evanston.
Dowell ducks under center. We have Alcorn in the backfield. Ball is handed off to Robbins. Robbins takes it up the middle and gets down to about the 37-yard line.
Robbins, 31 carries.
2nd and 5 now for the Trevians.
Picked up 5. 2nd and 5.
Dowell hands off to Robbins. Robbins takes it to about 40. Not much of a gain.
Tackled by Elroy Hill. Good penetration by Evanston's defensive line. They closed down the hole. He had nowhere to run to.
Stop by Hill, number 72.
That'll bring up
3rd down.
3rd and 5 for New Trier. 3rd and 4. Ball's on the 39-yard line.
3rd and 4 from New Trier's 39.
Chad and McGuire, wideouts. Dow pitches out to Alcorn. Alcorn tries to take it out right, but Rod Joy's right there. Stops him at about the 35-yard line.
Rod Joy and Keith Hayward in there, and they had good defense on that option. Trevor Wilmot was also chasing him. He was between the quarterback and the running back.
Joy tackling.
10-11 left to play in the 3rd quarter.
Loss on the play. Moves the ball back to the 36-yard line. 4th down.
Once again, the score is 7-7.
Peter McDowell will punt for New Trier. A long low
Greg
kick.
Weidman takes about the 30-yard line. Gets up to about the 36.
Unusual kick. It was long and low. You don't see many of those.
38-yard line.
Bill Reeder goes out on the field,
Takes over 1st and
and he showed tremendous poise in the first half. I'd say is the way to describe it. He really led the Evanston offense up and down the field. If it hadn't been for turnovers, it'd be a very different ball game.
Bill Reeder ducks under center. Dante Wharton alone setback. Hand up the middle to Wharton. He gets down to about the 42-yard line.
Not much of a gain there.
tackled by Laporte and Smith.
Second and 7 for Evanston. The ball's on the 41-yard line. Wideouts are Greg Weidman and Howard Jones. In the backfield, we have Chris Harden and Dante Wharton in an I formation. Line is set. Reeder takes a snap, hand off the middle to Dante Wharton. Doesn't get anything.
Third down.
3rd and 7 for Evanston. 8.5 minutes to play.
Chris Slavatino and Greg Weidman, the wideouts.
3rd and 7 from their own 42 for the kids.
T formation, we've got Dante Wharton and Chris Harden. Dante Wharton takes up the middle and gets a nice running.
He had a great hole open there. The line was blocking to their left, and Wharton ran right around the right side of them. It was a good, well-executed play by the Evanston offensive line.
That'll bring up 1st and 10 for Evanston.
Ball is in Ventura territory. 1st and 10 for the kids from the 47.
Be a timeout here. Looks like there's an Evanston player down. Can't see who he is right now. He's back behind the huddle, so we can't see. It's Albert Barnum who's hurt, but he's walking off the field under his own power.
First and 10 for Evanston. The ball is on the 47-yard line. Chris Slavatino, Greg Weidman, the wideouts. In the backfield in the T formation, we have Dante Wharton and Antoine Bryant. Reeder takes a snap, hand off the middle to Bryant. Drives his legs to about the 41-yard line.
Good running by Bryant there. He ran through this hole and got past the linebackers before they could bring him down.
Second and 4 for Evanston. Ball is on the 41-yard line.
Second and 4.
Receivers are Howard Jones and Greg Weidman. I formation, backfield. Reeder looking to pass, and he's got Howard Jones. Howard Jones actually makes a reception at the 28-yard line.
Good play action there. Reeder faked the handoff and fooled New Trier's defense. He just threw it right across the middle. Nice pass by Reeder.
First and 10 for the kids from New Trier's 27-yard line.
I formation backfield. Antoine Bryant and Dante Wharton. Receivers are Greg Weidman and Chris Levatino. Up the middle, the Wharton gets to about the 24-yard line.
About 6.5 minutes to play now. Bill Reeder huddles up the offense.
Howard Jones, Greg Weidman, the wideouts. I formation is Antoine Bryant and Dante Wharton. 2nd and 8 for Evanston on the 24-yard line. Dante Wharton goes up the middle left. Some nice moves get him down to about the 12-yard line.
Great play by Evanston. Wharton got good blocking and found the openings to get through. Nice run by Wharton.
First and 10 from New Trier's 13.
Howard Jones, Greg Weidman, the wideouts. Side formation, Chris Harden and Dante Wharton. Line is set. Reeder hands off to Wharton. He's going out the right side, but he gets taken down about the 13-yard line.
Chris Harden had a good block there, but he wasn't really on the man that he needed to block. Just blocked the first man. So still a good play, just by coincidence.
.5:24 left to play in the third quarter of the second half. Chris Levatino and Greg Weidman, the wideouts. T formation backfield. It is Chris Harden and Dante Wharton. Reeder hands off to Wharton. Oh, fumbles the ball at the 5-yard line. It's recovered by New Trier.
Evanston's doing a great job of getting down the field, but they just keep making stupid mistakes like fumbles.
It appeared as though Dante Wharton did not have the ball fully tucked away on that play.
And Albert Barnes, not real happy. Evanston needs a good defensive stand here. New Trier got 2 wide receivers out
Dow
there.
ducks under center. Looking at, he's taking himself, going left. It's taking about the 9-yard line.
Now 41, keeping.
Evanston really needs good plays by their defense here. It's a crucial set of downs. Extremely crucial.
Move the ball to the 9-yard line for 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 for the Trevians. Ball is on the 9. Robbins took it up the middle of that play, got to about the 15-yard line.
Looks like it might be a first down for New Trier. No, it looks like it's going to be short. They're going to try and measure this one.
.357 left to play in the quarter. Third and inches for New Trier. Ball's on the 14-yard line.
Just under 4 minutes to play in this third quarter. Still tied, 7-7.
Backfield is Alcorn. Alcorn takes the ball up the middle. Doesn't get much.
Looks like it's first down.
First down, Nutri. First and 10 from their own 50.
The momentum is definitely not as strong coming into the second half as it was in the first half of this game.
It's completely true, Bill. It's just looked like lackluster play out there.
McDowell looking to pass. It was intended for Robbins, but Robbins couldn't hold on to it.
Bounced right out of his hands. Not great pass coverage there by Evanston. Same thing we've seen in this second half, just kind of lackluster play. Dante Wharton's fumble looked like Evanston kind of just, the defense just sort of doesn't have a lot of intensity out there now. So that's the best way to put it.
Second and 10 for New Trier. Ball's on the 15. McDowell's rolling right. He gets tripped up at about the 20.
Tripped up by Joy, number 11.
New Trier is moving up the field pretty slowly, but they're moving up the field, and that's really painful to Evanston. They had the ball down at the 5-yard line. Looked like Wharton might have gotten into the end zone if he hadn't lost the hold of the ball.
Third and 4 from the 22.
Backfield is Robbins and Alcorn. T formation. Robbins keeps it himself, pitches it to Robbins. Excuse me. McDowell kept it and pitched it to Robbins.
New Trier had 2 wide receivers on the left side. Evanston only had 1 man out there. If McDowell had looked that way, just thrown a pass out there, we might have been talking a 50, 60-yard game for New Trier.
First down, New Trier.
Well, New Trier's got a first down, and they've got almost as big a crowd as Evanston, and they're certainly starting to come into the game now.
.222 left to play in this third quarter. First and 10 for the Trevians. Ball is on the 25-yard line.
There's a New Trier player down. Looks like it might be Jason Alcorn. It is. It's Jason Alcorn down for New Trier. That's certainly a blow to the Trevians.
He's a very strong running back.
He's one of their best running backs.
He walks off on his own power, so he's all right. Second and 6 for the Trevians. Ball is on the 29-yard line.
Second and 6.
Robert Early, the wideout.
Counter play, handoff to Wininger. It's short of the first down though. Looks like it's gonna be about 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. Evanston needs to stop New Trier here before they can get a lot of momentum going in their direction.
3rd and 1, the ball is on New Trier's 34-yard line.
tripped up on that play. But it looks like he got
still
a first
manages
down.
to get the first down.
The game sort of slowed down. It was pretty fast-paced in the first half, but it's certainly slowed down now.
Even the crowd's enthusiasm is minimal.
Evanston needs a big defensive play right here.
Dow looking to pass.
It's
He
underthrown.
overthrows Chad.
He threw it behind Jim Chad. Good coverage by Orr Bennett on that play, but a bad pass by McDowell.
.47 seconds left to play in this third quarter.
Trevian step up to the line.
Nick McGuire, the wideout. Handoff up the middle to Robbins. He gets to about the 43-yard line.
English tackling.
Good block by New Trier offensive line. They opened up a good hole for him. Crowd getting into the game now.
3rd and 4. They get once again, the Trevians get the first down.
Harlan Robbins gets the first down.
Gray, 59 tackling.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Score is still tied.
To the third quarter.
7-7.
Score tied, 7-7.
Well, Bill, we've seen a pretty slow game in the second half. Not at all like the first half, which is characterized by good, quick action. Here it's been rather slow, I'd say is the best way to describe it.
This is kind of your typical Evanston varsity game against New Trier. It's usually two teams really have the ability to complement each other. Not a lot of high scoring.
Yeah, they're two very well-matched teams. Both have the same basic makeup. And about the same size. I'd say New Trier's a little bigger and Evanston's a little faster. But they really do, because they complement each other well. And it's always makes for a good game. Albeit a slow one.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
right, a slow game.
First and 10 from the 49.
Evanston, once again, needs a big play from the defense here.
Hand up to the upper middle right. Hand off to Robbins. Gets to about the 49.
Support number 54 was the ball carrier. Picked up 2. Second and 8. Ball is in the Wildcat territory, 49-yard line.
Alcorn and Robbins in the backfield. Dow rolling right. He gets taken down about the 41-yard line.
Or Bennett on the tackle.
That is number 20 tackle.
It's hard to tell whether or not New Trier got a first down there.
Second down. Third and 1.
handoff up the middle.
Alcorn is driven back to about the 41-yard line.
Looks like he might have got the first down, though. And they give it to New Trier. First down on the 40-yard line. Just under 11 minutes to play. I wonder how long this New Trier drive has lasted. It seems like they've had the ball for about 6 minutes now.
Yeah, at least. Unfortunately, that's taken a lot of potential time off the clock for Evanston.
Evanston needs to get the ball back right here. Fortunately, New Trier is going with pretty strict ball control offense right now.
Alcorn and Robbins in the backfield. Alcorn in motion. Hand off the middle to Robbins. Robbins gets through the line. Evanston's defensive line is just not performing.
No, they're not. They're just running right into the line. They're not playing well. They played well in the first half, but both the New Trier and Evanston offensive lines have dominated in this game, not the New Trier and Evanston defensive lines.
2nd and 4.
Second and 4, balls on the 34. McDowell rolling right. He gets all the way out to the 25-yard line. Over there might have been a late hit on that play.
2 people missed McDowell, and now there are flags all over. And it's against New Trier.
Flipping penalty against New Trier.
Evanston just has not been able to control the rushing in the out in the flats. Defensive ends just are not getting there.
It's a good point, Bill. They haven't been sealing off the outside. And New Trier's been exploiting that in those option plays. Well, the ball will be moved back 15 yards.
On the offense, still 2nd down.
Now they're out to about the 44-yard line.
.9:44 left to play in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 15, balls on the 44. Dow looking to pass. He's got his receiver. The man is taken down about 31-yard line. David Weiniger, the receiver.
It's just short of the first down. And the New Trier crowd on the visitor side is getting into the game. That's not something that happens very often. But for these New Trier Evanston games, there's always a big crowd on the visitor side, whether it's played here or at New Trier. This is a big play right here.
I'm sure it's a 3-man backfield. Robbins, Alcorn, Weiniger. Handoff up the middle to Alcorn.
It's stuffed, but it looks like they got the first down. And they do.
First down.
The turnovers have really killed Evanston today, Bill.
And New Trier taking all this time in the 4th quarter is not going to help him to come back. Not come back, but give him time to score.
Evanston needs to get the ball right here.
Handoff up the middle to Robbins.
The Evanston defense is starting to look tired. They've been out there a long time.
Seems as though the New Trier running backs are at least getting 5 yards each play right up the middle. Doing a good job of driving Evanston back.
2nd and 6. The ball is on Evanston's 25-yard line.
Seems as though Evanston defense needs to stack up more in the middle. Handoff up the middle to Robbins.
Looks like another first down for New Trier. And the Evanston crowd is just completely out of this game. There's absolutely no enthusiasm in the crowd anymore. Once again, Evanston needs a big play on defense. They want to turn this game around. Unfortunately, it looks like by this time, Evanston's a little tired.
If if New Trier scores on this drive, it could totally shut down the momentum of
First down,
Evanston.
New Trier.
Evanston crowd getting back into it a little bit.
1st and 10. The ball's on the 19. Alcorn and Robbins in the backfield. Straight up the middle. Alcorn, yeah, and they take him down.
Gain of about 2 yards there. The Evanston defense really looks tired. Bill, I don't think it's working. Second and 8 for the Trevians.
Hand off to the right side. Evanston with a nice stop at about the 14-yard line.
Evanston's defense is just looking very tired out there. New Trier is running at will. Evanston's crowd getting into it a little bit now.
McDowell keeps it himself and is sacked about the 15-yard line.
Good defense there by Chris Harden. He pulled McDowell down. The Evanston's defense looking a little bit more hyped out there.
That'll bring up 4th and 6. 4th and 7, excuse me. Ball's on the 15-yard line.
Just under 6 minutes to play in the game. Still tied, 7-7.
McDowell, their quarterback, will attempt the field goal.
Bad snap. Bad pass.
There's a flag down, though. Can't tell who is it against yet.
Evanston really came through on that defensive stunt.
Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense. Decline. First down.
Evanston's got 5.5 minutes to score here. Still tied 7-7. They're on their own 14-yard line, and that bad snap really helped them a lot.
I think we're going to try and see him run out the clock. Maybe run it down the sideline, so if they want to save time, they can take it out of bounds.
I think you're right, Bill. It's a pretty good strategy to use this position.
Evanston's ball. First and 10 from their own 18.
Greg Weidman, Howard Jones are wideouts. I-backs, Dante Wharton and Antoine Bryant. Dante Wharton takes it up the middle. Almost breaks away and only had about one man in front of him, but he gets down to about the 25-yard line.
Good run by Wharton around the end.
Second and 1.
Evanston has to remember here is just no turnovers.
Greg Weidman and Chris Levatino on the wideouts. T formation, we've got Antoine Bryant and Dante Wharton. Excuse me. Handoff up the middle to Bryant.
Looks like he's got a first down, Bill.
Looks like Evanston's using the same strategy that New Trier did. Thus far, it's working.
4 minutes and 45 seconds to play. First and 10 for Evanston, about their 29-yard line. It's getting a little cooler here. It was about 60. It's dropped down just a little bit. A little chill in the air now.
I formation, Dante Wharton and Antoine Bryant. Handoff up the middle to Wharton. Gets down to about the 31-yard line.
Gain of not much.
21-yard line.
Chris Levatino brings him to play. Chris Levatino and Greg Wyden in the wideouts. I formation, Dante Wharton and Antoine Bryant. Line set. Reader takes a snap. Pitches out to Dante Wharton. He's got some room. He's got some room. He's got some good blocking. If he can just outrun Robbins, he's got it. Dante Wharton with about a 45-yard gain on that one.
Right there, that play broke this game open. Evanston's got great field position now. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. If it takes him a minute to score, New Trier's got 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes to score. Great run by Dante Wharton. It was a pitch. He ran around the left side, cut back into the middle. He had a wide open field to run to. Just a great way of sensing where the openings were by Wharton. Great job.
That play really got the crowd back into it, too.
And Dante Wharton, who was the GOAT after he fumbled on the 5-yard line, becomes the hero.
I formation. Courtney Newman takes the snap. Takes the handoff, gets up to about the 12-yard line.
Another good job of blocking by the offensive line. They just pushed forward and they got 5 yards.
Second and 10 for Evanston. The ball is on the 12-yard line. They've got a lot of room to run to the right.
Second and 5.
Could be seeing a possible sweep, but they might want to waste more time. I formation, Antoine Bryant and Courtney Newman. Handoff up the middle to Courtney Newman. He gets all the way down to about the 3-yard line.
Number 6 carry.
Same thing on the offensive line. Good blocking gave Newman a good hole to run to. Dante Wharton comes in the game now. And Evanston looks like they're going to call timeout. Timeout called.
Now, I don't mean to be pessimistic, but it would be tragic if Evanston dropped the ball here.
Well, they just got to remember not to turn the ball over in a situation like this. The game's on the line. It's a pressure situation. For some of these kids, it's going to be one of the last games they're going to play, and this is going to be one of the highest pressure situations they're ever going to be in their football careers. Less than 3 minutes to play now. First and 3. Houston go from the 3-yard line. Still tied 7-7.
Three-man backfield. We got Dante Wharton, Courtney Newman, and Chris Harding.
The crowd is on their feet.
We could see a sweep to the left here. But they're going to take it right up the middle. Courtney Newman gets in for the touchdown.
The crowd is going wild, Bill.
13-7 ball game. With only 2:38 left to play.
Great run by Courtney Newman. And Chris Doyle in to kick for the Wildcats. For Doyle.
Doyle will kick.
The kick is up.
Oh.
And it's no good. Looks like it might have been knocked away or a bad hold or something.
Looks like Doyle really rushed that kick. It didn't seem as though he got his proper steps in.
No, I think you're right, Bill. So New Trier is still in touchdown range. A touchdown extra point could win the game for him. High pressure situation for the defense here, Bill. Obviously, New Trier's offense is too ball control to force a turnover. This is a crucial part of the game here. 2 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock. 13-7, Evanston.
Trevor Wilmot to kick off.
David Wenninger and Harlan Robbins back to receive for the Trevians.
Wilmot kicking for Evanston.
Wilmot's kick goes out of bounds. Looks like they're going to force him to kick it over from 5 yards back. We haven't seen Trevor Wilmot unleash a kick like the ones he did early in the season. Wilmot used to pound that ball into the end zone consistently.
Illegal procedure on the kicking team.
Now Wilmot will kick from the 35-yard line. Be nice to get a touchback here to avoid any kind of a run back.
Wilmot gets a great kick. Taking about the 5. Man is tripped up when he gets down to about the 20.
Well, I said before, Wilmot hadn't unleashed any great kicks this game like he had early in the season. I guess I'll have to eat my words now. Evanston's defense needs to come through here with 2.5 minutes on the clock. Ball on the 21-yard line. 13-7. Evanston over New Trier. Good coverage on that man by Rod Joy. Pass intended for Wenninger.
Incomplete.
The first quarter was when we saw most of the passing by these two teams. Since then, we haven't seen a whole lot.
New Trier's got to pass here to try to get back in the game. Just a little bit over 2 minutes on the clock, 2 minutes, 6 seconds. And the Central Suburban South Conference Championship on the line.
Alcorn. Robbins in motion. Dow back to pass. He was looking for it up the middle, but it was not there.
Ball bounced out at James Roth's arms. Never really got a good grip on it. 2 minutes, 2 seconds, only 4 seconds ticked off the clock. 3rd and 10. New Trier's got 2 plays to go 10 yards, and Bill, I'm fairly certain they won't punt on 4th down.
Third and 10, ball's on the 21. Dow ducks under center. Alcorn and Robbins in the backfield. Dow looking to pass again. Pass nicely broken up by Orrit Bennett and Lenny English. Nice pass coverage.
He almost had that ball and bounced out of his hands. Still great coverage.
Broken out by Bennett, number 20. 4th down.
Alcorn, the lone setback. Dow takes a snap, looking to pass. Oh!
And Evanston's ball with 1:52 to play. Central Suburban South conference championship is in their hands right now.
If Evanston holds on to the ball and manages to get in for another touchdown, we could easily say that it's Evanston's game. And most importantly, they got to hang on to the ball. I formation, Dante Warden. Antoine Bryant, hand off the middle up to Dante Warden. Gets to about the 17-yard line.
Well, I'm sure Evanston would like to score here. You can't realistically expect them to. Just got to hold on to the ball here, run out the clock. Minute 36 on the clock. And
Timeout, New Trier.
New Trier will take a timeout. Well, pass coverage by Evanston really opened up the game. Stopping New Trier on that final drive. Coach Reel returns to the sidelines. Another handoff to Wharton. Gain of about 3 yards. Minute 30 on the clock now. Took another timeout by New Trier.
Timeout, New Trier.
Minute 25 on the clock. Evanston's third down. Third and about 6.
I formation, Dante Warden, Antoine Bryant.
Gets to about the 11-yard line. Can't tell whether or not he got a first down though.
New Trier.
And New Trier takes their last timeout. A minute 20 left in the game. Looks right now like New Trier might have a chance to get the ball back. Doesn't look like Evanston's going to try to kick a field goal, but they're going to go for it on 4th and 2. I can agree with that logic. You go 2 yards, you get the first down, the game's over.
I agree with that logic too, Luke.
Of course, if they don't get 2 yards, then maybe a field goal would have been a better decision. Bryant and Wharton the backs.
Greg Weidman, Howard Jones, a wideout. Up the middle to Wharton. Appears as though Evanston got the first down.
First down, Evanston.
Clock stops for the first down, a minute 16 to play. Bill Reeder goes to one knee. 45 seconds now.
Second and
10. 28 seconds. 20 seconds on the clock. Reeder goes to one knee again. A victory for Evanston and their fourth Central Suburban South Championship in 4 years.
Luke, I think we saw in this game the first quarter was almost practically dominated by Evanston, but the second quarter was rather slow. Third quarter was basically dominated by the Trevians. They took a lot of time off the clock and even into the fourth quarter, but towards the end of the fourth quarter, Evanston really came through and showed a lot of tenacity.
Well, that last fourth quarter drive for New Trier, Evanston stuck it out, waited till they had an opportunity, broke it open. Really good defense by Evanston on that drive. Final score 13-7. Very impressive for Evanston's offensive line. Their first playoff game is Wednesday. I'm really proud of this Evanston team. They did a great job beating this New Trier team. For Bill Peterson, I'm Luke DeCock. Thank you and good night.
This is Evanston Township High School Television, serving the ETHS community since 1956.